Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Chris with a K, and I'm back at it again with another kind of reaction, kind of just talk to you guys about sports type of video. Um, if you weren't aware, OG Anunoby is coming back to the Knicks on a mega deal. The 3-and-D forward agreed to a 5-year contract worth $212.5 million. That includes a player option for the final season, according to ESPN. And I kind of gave my thoughts in the video yesterday. I think this is a great move for us. The fact that we've got OG, we have Mikal, we have the Villanova boys. We're still trying to figure out stuff with contracts and with Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein, but it's looking up for the Knicks. That's not so much what I wanted to talk about. I love that move for us. I do think we are on the verge of competing for a championship. What I wanted to talk about is this morning on First Take, I heard Stephen A. Smith, who we all know is a huge Knicks fan as well. He said, and I quote, "I give the Knicks zero chance to make it through the Boston Celtics." And I wanted to speak on that today, because I said in the video yesterday, we are constructing this team to beat the Boston Celtics. We're trying to match up with Boston. And I said yesterday, I don't know if it's enough. I don't know if it's enough. But zero chance? Are you serious? Let me show you zero chance. Take me back to a couple of years when the Celtics were in the finals against the Golden State Warriors, where they single-handedly got beaten by Steph Curry. Yeah, you had some other contributions. You always need contributions from other pieces to win a championship. But Steph Curry single-handedly carried that team to that championship. And I understand that was a few years ago. They were a little bit younger. They've more so came into themselves. I get all that. But they have shown over the past few years that they can be beat. Last year, Jason Tatum went missing in the playoffs. The year before, Jaylen Brown went missing in the playoffs. This year, I don't think Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown played exceptionally well up until the final series. I mean, maybe a little bit into the Pacers series, but that Heat series, they were heavily carried by Derek White. I'm not saying that Jason Tatum or Brown didn't have games where they had a lot of points. Sure, but they are not playing up to the expectation that we know that they can play up to at all times. And that's the key. You don't need to just outright be better than these guys. You can catch them when they are slacking, when they are slipping, when they are maybe going into the situation, just being careless about it. You can catch them. They've shown that multiple years, even this year. They beat the Miami Heat in the first round, right? And they lost the game at home to a Miami Heat team with no Jimmy Butler. That is inexcusable. They lost to a Cavaliers team at home without Donovan Mitchell. It's like, what are we saying, guys? These guys are not unbeatable. They only lost 3 games the entire playoffs. I'm not saying they're not good. This is 100% the team that we're going to have to beat if we want to make it to the finals. I already know that. But another thing I wanted to bring up is they were talking about if you get to the Celtics, who would you possibly see? The way I see it, I don't see a single team in the league that we couldn't beat if we made it through Boston. To me, that is our number one enemy right now. We can go through the East, all the playoff teams. The Heat, I think we beat pretty easily, even with the Jimmy Butler. The Cavs, we beat them last year in the playoffs. They are a good team, especially when they're able to stay healthy. I know Jarrett Allen has had a lot of injury issues this last year. Donovan Mitchell has had some issues. Darius Garland has shown that he's still got some more learning, some more growing to do. So although a good team, I think we take them in a playoff series. The Magic, they're still really young. Paolo's going to be great. Franz is going to be great, but that team needs extra pieces. They're not going to beat the New York Knicks in a playoff series. The Bucks are interesting because we didn't get to see them with Giannis in the playoffs this year. I think that they would give us a challenge. Giannis is always going to be Giannis. Dame is always going to be Dame. You still got Middleton there. You still got Lopez there. But, like, You got Bobby Portis, who was my sixth man of the year. But without Drew Holiday, and he showed you this with the Celtics this year, he fills a hole and a void that a lot of teams sometimes don't even know that's there. And it's been clear that they've been missing him. They had a tougher regular season. They eventually, came into themselves. They were still the number 3 seed. If Giannis gets healthy and they kind of figure out their dynamic together, they could be a tough team to beat. I would still take the Knicks based off of sheer roster at this point. Like, we almost have too many pieces. You have the Pacers. Come on now. I won't harp too much about the Pacers. We would beat the Pacers in a playoff series. I understand this last year. We know that we were plagued by injuries and still took them to a Game 7. They won one of those games on a crazy shot from, I can't remember if it was Nimhard or if it was the other light-skinned guy. But we're winning that series, 100%. And then you got Philly. Philly's got some question marks. They've got some major question marks. Embiid, MVP level talent, a great player. Does he get it done? We've been asking that question about Embiid for the past 5, 6. Trust the process. Well, bro, the process has been trusted. Are you going to win or not? That's really what the question is with Philly. Tyrese Maxey is an all-star player. Tobias Harris. But I think we can beat all those teams. I really do. Moving over to the West. And I'm so sick and tired of this, the East is weak, the East is weak, the East. Stop that. People only say the West is stacked because of the amount of superstars that play over on the West rather than the East. But we'll run through the West real quick and then I'll let you guys go. Starting with the 8th seed, the Pelicans. The Pelicans still have stuff to figure out. I don't think they're far off. If Zion can stay healthy like he kind of did this season, you got Ingram, you got McCollum. They have a decent team. But then again, you were still the 8th seed. Realistically, do I think the Pelicans are making it out of the West? No. So it's not even a conversation, really. Number 7, the Lakers. Now, we know that the Lakers are going to be interesting to watch this season with the coaching hire, with the pieces that they're going to bring in. Second round of the draft is tonight. We're assuming that Bronny is going to be picked by the Lakers, but we'll wait and see. They're just going to be an interesting team to watch. I won't completely rule them out, but I don't see them coming out the West either. Number 6, the Suns. We're not even sure if the Suns are still going to have the same roster in the next month. So I'm not even going to pay them any mind. There's Booker's in trade rumors. KD's in trade rumors. Bradley Beal can't stay healthy. They're not a team that I'm worried about. They really aren't. You got the Clips. The Clips, once again, Paul George is in trade rumors. If they don't pay Paul George, he's not going back to the Clippers. So then that's not a team that I fear at all with no PG. You have the Mavs, who made it to the NBA Finals, and they looked amazing up until the Western Conference Finals. Well, really up until the Finals. They looked amazing every series previous. I never realized how good the Mavs team actually was. But when they saw Boston, a lot of their weaknesses got exposed. And if you take away a lob threat, if Luka has a bad game, if Kyrie's off a night, then they've shown you what they are. No, they don't have enough pieces to step up in the situation that your star players are having off games. And it's the playoffs. Your star players are going to have off games. You're at least playing 16 games. You're going to have a bad game or two. And you're lucky if it's just a game or two. So the Mavs, they need either another piece or they need to kind of shift the way that they're constructing their offense, because they need to get more guys involved for the case that Luka or Kyrie have an off night. The T-Wolves scare me, but when I'm looking at these matchups, you got Ant, you got Cat, you got Nas, you got Conley, you got Jaden, you got Rudy. I can name a player from the Knicks who I feel like can match up fairly well with all of these guys, and even we might win some of the matchups, I feel like. So what this is all boiling down to, you have the Nuggets, and then you have the Thunder. But what I'm trying to say is that unbiased, I know I'm a Knicks fan, but unbiased, looking roster for roster, I do not see a team that the Knicks could not be based off of talent on talent, paper on paper. Now we'll see what the next season has to hold. We'll see if it works out. I mentioned last episode, they are going to have to figure out rotationally what they're going to do, how many minutes guys are playing, who's coming off the bench, who's leading the second unit. They're going to have to figure all that stuff out, and I assume they will. I trust Tom Thibodeau's coaching. I don't hate on him as much as the media likes to hate on him. He's a great coach. He can take any one of these teams, and that's what and that's why I had such a problem with Stephen A's comment. Don't give us 0% chance to beat anybody. I think we can beat any one of these teams. So that's what I have to say. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of this argument. Who do y'all have for your early favorites to come out of the East, West, and even the finals? Who do you have one in the finals for next year? Make your early predictions now, and let's see if you guys are right. That has been another one for me. Peace.